Good morning. So, a whole bunch of things to talk about today. Really fascinating, interesting stuff. I just got in from a run, 3.5-ish miles, and learned something really cool on that run. But first, I want to talk about an accomplishment of mine, which is last Saturday, I ran in my first half marathon at Disney Wine and Dine. 3 hours, 3 minutes. So freaking hard and so freaking worth it. My best friend ran with me, and I love him so. He's a faster runner than me. Frankly, he's a better runner than me, but he ran with me to kind of cheer me on and lend me energy, and he did. It went really good. Got up to about 11.5 miles, doing a 3 minute run, 2 minute walk interval. Strong, fine, good. Totally blew out my calves with huge cramps at about 11.5 miles. I had to walk out the rest. Don't give a shit. It was great. And the Disney race, I mean, it's just amazing what they do. They have all this entertainment on the side of the road as you're going, and the race is a night race, and it goes through the parks. So we went like through Animal Kingdom, and we went through Hollywood Studios, and we wound up in Epcot, and it was just amazing. I've done the Parkway Classic, also a 10-mile race, and that was fun, but it ain't nothing compared to a Disney race because they just go out of their way to make it amazing, and it was totally amazing. And it's already got me excited to do more long races. I was sore as all get out the next day, but recovered pretty quickly. And I've been running a couple of times since. Today, I'm still sort of like in a recovery phase. I haven't been pushing myself, just, three or so miles every time I go out. However, this really interesting thing happened to me today. As I was running, let me take this off so I don't sweat it up. As I was running, I have one leg that's a little bit longer than the other. So a lot of times my pattern is to focus on that and to sort of favor one foot, favor one leg, like left, left, left for 3 steps, right, right, right for 3 steps, back, 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 forth, 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 which I figured out is counterproductive and fucking tiring. I did this other thing. I can't really explain the body mechanics of how I did it, but I intentionally fell into and sprung off of each foot in equal measure, like with compensatory strain, so that I was not favoring either foot, but putting equal pressure on both. And it made me, I think, a little faster, and it definitely made things less tiring. I mean, I got done with my run today, and, very often when I do that favoring thing, I get done and I feel like, someone put me in a wet sack and hit me with a stick, over and over. But I felt really good and not tired and, really on top of things as I was going. And as I finished today, I ate up some hills on the way home. It was really good. The other thing that was really kind of funny is like, there's this, I'm going to go all Taoist on you again. One of my very favorite paintings is a painting by a Japanese artist named Katsushika Hokusai called The Great Wave Off Kanagawa. I'm sure you've seen it. Everybody knows it. I'll put even a comment on this video maybe later with a link to it. It has this huge arcing wave coming up the left side of the painting that looks almost like fingers, about to smash down on these boats. Filled with oarsmen that are like leaning into their boat and just, paddling away, pell-mell, going fast as they can, with Mount Fuji in the background. I love this painting. It means a lot to me. Well, I saw a documentary about it yesterday, and the painting and the artist, both have this thing about them that really means a lot to me, as to a sort of mindfulness. Hokusai was in his second career, in his late 70s, when he painted the painting. He'd been previously very, very wealthy, very successful, and had retired. And his grandson, who was a gambler, had squandered all his money and basically, ruined Hokusai's retirement, forcing him to go back to painting. And when he did, he was successful all over again. And he said this thing about how grateful he was for it, and about how he hoped to live to be 110, so that he felt like every 10 years of his life and practice, he was just getting to the point where he was beginning to understand what he was really doing. Like there is no finishing. And that he just needed 5 more years, 10 more years, over and over and over again to get better at what he was doing. And I kind of feel the same way about my running and about my life in general. There's no starting and there's no stopping. Yeah, you guys have heard me say this before. There's only doing. But it's so funny. I mean, even like the littlest things. I just did this 13-mile race, and you'd think like that's this huge accomplishment, and sure it is. But it doesn't mean anything, because only after that race, during a regular workout today, did I figure out that thing about keeping my balance better when I run. It makes me want to go run another half marathon like tomorrow, so I can try that out and see what that does to my form and my energy. And maybe I won't get those cramps, maybe I won't bonk out. I'm just excited. Life is filled with possibility all the time. I'm so excited to be around for it. I think that's enough for today. I love you all. Peace.